And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. After that very short break, we have our upper semi-finals. We have our PvZ. We're here to determine who will be the first player to make it through into the grand finals. Let's go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing himself, currently teamless. It is a herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent, rocking his opponent's portrait, by the way. Let's go. Representing Weibo Gaming WBG, it is SHIN. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our Zerg versus Protoss matchup. Let's go. Let us go. Again, we have our PvZ. For those that are curious, both SHIN and herO, they of course are very good friends. If you do check out social medias from time to time, you have players like herO, SHIN, Bunny as well. All the ex-CJ boys, they have their own clique. They're still friends outside of just the game, and they do hang out from time to time. And we even have rocking the portrait. Let's go, let's go. Behind this, a hatch gas pool, standard open out of SHIN, herO going for a gate expand as well. Everything looking normal so far, everything looking standard. Now, when it comes to the map itself, welcome to Persephone. Persephone is an interesting map in the map pool. Is a map that we often do cut in half. It can be very easy to force out a longer later game just because the bases are so secluded from each other, specifically referring to one half and the other half of the map. So we have seen a lot of late game here. At the same time, if you notice something out of SHIN, we spoke about this at the start of his series, but SHIN, he is often one to end games early. If he can win the game with a 2-base all-in, with a 3-base all-in, then he will commit, and we saw that against Nightmare. We saw a lot of aggression, we saw a lot of all-ins out of SHIN, where he would cut workers, where he would cut tech, and even drone up to 80 at times, but cut tech and go for a lair-based all-in instead. If SHIN can avoid it, he will avoid the late game. Now, when it comes to herO, he often thrives in the mid game. When it comes to late game PvZ, you know, you have players like Classic, you have players like MaxPax that are a little bit more renowned for their late game. herO, not saying he can't late game, he can 100%, but he's more known for his mid game aggression. He's more known for his micro, his control, his aggression as well in said mid game. Not necessarily the cheesiest player, but a very aggressive player nonetheless. So we'll see how herO does shake things up. There are definitely maps where I do expect herO to be the defender and to turtle up and go into Sky Toss, for sure. There are maps that are more known for that. We'll see how he approaches Persephone. There are also some quirky features here, of course, like the gold base, for example, like the speed zones, like the healing pad as well. There is a lot going on here on Persephone. Short rush distance by air. For now, going for the Oracle. Oh my god. As it looks like we have confirmation when it comes to the lower semi-finals. Geralt takes down Showtime. Okay, Geralt, calm down. If you remember, I believe that happened, I think it was in last week's WarDTV Monday, right? I think it was in last week's Monday where Geralt also beat Showtime as well. So 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row, Geralt, he's popping up. Geralt. Ay, ay, ay. Crazy, he's crazy. For now, earlier Evo Chamber out of SHIN, going for the Evo Chamber, going into +1. +1 melee should be the upgrade of choice. With +1 melee, we can go into Ling Hydra as a unit composition. Typically, we do skip Banelings and we do skip Roaches. So SHIN going to be cutting some corners, as there's that melee upgrade. Meanwhile, herO moves out. As he moves out, Lings, they try to move in. Adepts are ready, back at him to defend. And Oracles, they will force a cancel on the Roach Warren. Okay, nicely done. Does force cancel, gets 1, 2, 3 drone kills. 2 Oracles, they can one-shot drones. Oof. And they do wreak havoc here. 6 drones going down. Very nice run by, very nice flyby. At the same time, SHIN attempts to hit the third, but hero's ready. Hero's ready to defend. He deflects. Behind this, Forge, Twilight Council, we're expecting +1 and Blink Stalker. Standard follow-up out of herO. And herO does open up with a lead. A very clean start out of herO. The Oracles pull away. They're keeping SHIN busy. have our upgrades. So here we're just building up into that mid game. SHIN, he does opt to go for the safety Roach Warren. Roach Warren is going to be rebuilt. Does rebuild here at the natural. Ooh, as here he's on the 4th base and he will force a cancel. Ay, ay, ay. Does deny, does cancel the 4th once again. I say again, just getting more damage, I mean. Stasis traps out of herO. And behind this, going to a zone gateway explosion. We have 4 more gates on the way. We have a 4-gate setup already. We're getting up to an 8-gate setup on 3 bases. 8 gateways, bays on the way for splash damage. Here he's not going into Storm. He's working towards Colossus instead. So again, here he is taking up. SHIN, he is going to be investing into roaches. Interesting. I thought it was just going to be a safety roach one, but no, SHIN, he's investing and he's going for the all-in. Here we go. We have Overlord Speed on the way. We're going for the German Taxi. We're going for a Ling Roach Queen all-in. Before that happens, here he's here to knock down the 4th for a 2nd time. Will he get it? 4th base is getting low. Lings a bait at the stasis. They bait out another. So far, SHIN, he's holding. He's holding on at the same time. It's a shade into the mineral line. Nice target firing, getting up to 6 drone kills. Oh my god. herO, calm down. 6 drones do fall. herO pulls away. And again, here comes the all-in. The drop lords are morphing in as we speak. And it's going to be all or nothing for SHIN. SHIN currently works at 59. The 4th base is just for Larva. And he's going for it. Oh, here he just scattered. He just saw lack of saturation. He's somewhat aware. Goes further in. herO, he will scout the dropper lords. Big moment for herO. He knows. Cannons. Cannons are on the way. Shield batteries are on the way as well. herO throws down the revelation, and the all-in is coming. Of course, knowing is half the battle. herO is building up Colossus. He's racing back home. Does race back. While they don't take down the pylon. Oh, nice round on the Stalkers. Stalkers, they do get surrounded for a moment, but last herO, he does defend. Queen's now waddling in. And you can see drop lords into the main base, but herO, he's ready. He has a cannon. Cannon's in the main. Gateway goes down. The Colossus has arrived. Yeah, nice catting with the Colossus. Lings, they just get annihilated. Oh, decent piles. Oh, gets an Oracle. Very nice. Piles do connect. SHIN going further in. At the same time, Lings, they drop into the main base, but herO, he defends. herO, he defends the main. Now he can focus on the 3rd. Second Colossus has arrived, and you can see that SHIN, he's running out of steam here. He will get 1 Colossus. Oh, barely not. Jesus. Files almost connect. The Colossus is safe. Second one comes in. And with that herO, he shuts down the all-in. He takes down the Queens. They try to transfuse. Colossus gets saved once again. Solid control here out of herO. He juggles well. The micro is there. And with that, SHIN, he's in a dire position. Remember, he has no drones. He has no saturation. SHIN is behind economically. And he has no upgrades either. He's got +1. He's got +1 melee. Oh, now he's forced to drone. Drones are on the way. And herO, what does he do? Fleet Beacon. Jesus. Fleet Beacon. Second Stargate. He's rushing into Skytos. Again, herO, he knows he's ahead, so he's looking to get further ahead. Taking a further lead. Now, is this too greedy? Right? It's a second Stargate, Fleet Beacon, Templar Archives, +1 air attack, and +3 attack as well. This is a lot of resources invested into tech, into production, into upgrades, into things that won't really help if SHIN goes for a second all-in. So here's getting another base. And I bring this up because, hey, SHIN, he droned up only a little bit. You can see here, half saturation. Half saturation at the 4th base. Bailing speed is on the way, +2 melees on the way. And you can see that SHIN, he's building up Lings. Building up Lings, Roaches, and Ravagers. SHIN, he's getting ready for a second all-in. And just because here is ahead doesn't mean it's a sure thing that he will survive this. SHIN, he's building up. He's gearing up. He's getting ready. Cannons are on the way. Storm, it looks like, will be done in time. That'll be a big upgrade here for herO. Storm against Ling Bane can be brutal. And you can see there's 4 High Templar gathering energy. Templar gearing up. Ling Bane is spotted. herO, he just scouted the saturation. He just noticed, hey, you're undersaturated. So all in. He knows. And herO, he's got 7 cannons on the way. Jesus. Again, herO, he knows. He knows that an all-in is coming. He's throwing down even more cannons, even more shield batteries. herO, he's fully turtling up on 4 bases. And again, hero's win condition is survive. Just survive, and he wins. Meanwhile, SHIN, it's either he kills herO or he dies trying. One way or another, the game is about to end. SHIN, he's maxed out. Remember, the soup does lie. Sure, SHIN, he's up, what, 40 army supply, but alas, herO, he has cannons, shield batteries, storm, defensive setup, defender's advantage, high ground. There are other factors here for herO. Rocks are being knocked down. Nice storm. Okay, storm connects on the left. Oh, High Templar gets surrounded. And the storm is denied. Nice snipe. Nice out of the Templar. Baileys are getting to the mineral line. The cannons are going down. We need more storms. Okay, decent storm. Decent storm in the Banelings. Mineral line goes down. That doesn't really matter as much. No more storms left. Going for the Colossus. Gets 1. Up. Gets 2. 2 Colossus go down. And the prism is full. Unload. Unload the prism. Make some space. Oh my god. The probes will take into a space here. High Templar going to be going down. Not a bad assault out of SHIN. He takes down the 4th. The 4th base, 24 probes. Again, herO, he couldn't juggle his Colossus. The prism was full of probes, which died anyway. And SHIN, not a bad trade. Not bad, but he doesn't kill. Yeah, he doesn't kill. We have the Spire on the way for anti-air. And SHIN is going to get ready for wave 3. I do still favor herO, though, because, hey, he's got Tempest. Tempest have been amassing. High Templar on the way, still has that 1 Colossus, and hero's going for the counterattack. Here we go. As Banelings, they will crash in. They shut down the Zealots. Zealots getting shut down. SHIN does pull back. Hopefully, I think, again, trying to just drag herO back home. Does pull apart his attention. And again, we're just building up more Skytails. The Corruptors will help, but these are going to be 0-0 Corruptors for SHIN. And again, the economy is still lackluster. He's still on 65 workers. He's taking another base. SHIN, he may decide to join up here, but still so risky to do so. As the Prism is getting caught out. Tempest moving in. Tempest move in. They pick up a couple of workers. How many Corruptors do we have? 6. Corruptors have arrived. Archon drop on the right hand side. Gets half of the mineral line, but this is still going to be an expensive loss here for herO. Losing 2 Archons. And here he comes. Here he breaks out, he pushes. He's got how many High Templar? 6. Jesus. 6 Templar. The Zealots have to pull away. Oh. Corruptors to get 1 Tempest. Bit of miscontrol there out of herO. Does focus on his own mothership. A bit of a messy assault here. And here he has to get out of here. He has to pull away. SHIN coming in for the surround. Locking him down. Nice help with the Banelings. Yeah, High Templar do full. That was the final storm. Corruptors are getting low. They do get the mothership. If mothership goes down, Tempest as well. But what about the ground army? Yeah, what about the Ground Army, the Archons, the Immortals, the Storm? The Tempest count gets reset, but the Ground Army persists. GG gets called, and herO will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played again. Hyper aggression out of SHIN. He was more than all in. We saw 3 separate waves of all in there out of SHIN as he refused to drone up. And hey, the second assault actually did quite well when he broke the 4th base. He broke the 4th. He was able to cripple the economy. herO, he had some miscontrol. He was unable to save his Colossus. It was a messy fight out of herO. Despite that, still not enough for SHIN to really take a lead. He was still behind economically, and SHIN was just being outscaled over time. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into game number 2, and we'll see if SHIN can recover and bounce back. We'll see if herO does claim the series. Just catching with the chat. How is SHIN playing herO and Mara at the same time? I don't think there's another tournament going on at the moment. I believe we're the only tournament currently. But yeah, apparently Loco's also streaming. He typically does cover mainly replays, though. I think it's quite rare to have him cast a live event. Outside of going to, like, you know, Home Story Cup or like an offline event. But it's all good. It's all good. So we're jumping into game number 2. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing himself, currently teamless, leading the series 1-0. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is SHIN. We go. When it comes to other tournaments, bit of a PSA, but the Monday Night Weekly is in around 4 hours time. True. So a lot of these players that you're seeing here, they might stay up and play in the Monday Night Weekly as well. For those who are curious, Monday Night Weekly is a tournament organized by TKL and the French community, and is at a more European friendly time, more EU friendly. That's later tonight. We have yet to cast a Monday Night Weekly live here on the Cranky Ducklings, just because that's such a brutal time. But one day we'll cast it live. One day. Have reached out to us about covering it, and one day our schedules will line up. Maybe next week. As of now, our players are building up. We do have a hatch gas pool, standard opener out of SHIN. Likewise, herO going for a standard opener as well. Winding it back, again, as we mentioned previously, we expect hyper aggression all-ins out of SHIN. He went for it on Persephone. Now we're loading into Incorporeal, and we're leaning more towards a 3-base all-in here as well. I say all-in, another build that is viable, another style that is viable on Incorporeal is Mutaplay. Going into a Spire, going into a Hidden Spire after a Roach Horn into Mutaplay is viable on some of these larger maps, as it is going to be a little bit more difficult to scout and difficult to punish said Mutaplay as well. So that is an option available here to SHIN. We'll see if he does go for it, or we'll see if he just goes into Ling Hydra again. Meanwhile, here he had a brutal early game last game where he was just picking off workers, pulling off stasis traps, denying the 4th base. You could argue that SHIN was forced into an all-in because of all that early damage. Good argue. As of now, we have just standard openers. Nothing crazy. Just poking in. Oracle's on the way. Incorporeal is another one of these maps where we expect herO to open up more defensively, getting to a 3rd base, into a 4th base, and being the defender, as this is one of the larger maps in the map pool. Here's what we're expecting. So from here, he's getting a second Oracle. From here, he can expand. SHIN, he will attempt to delay, but here is playing safe. The Oracle is protecting the probe. The Oracle does protect, and the third base is thrown down. So he gets his third. So far, so good. Behind this early Eva chamber out of SHIN, so this is for earlier +1 melee into, I say into Ling Hydra, but last game we did see, despite +1 melee, Roach play out of SHIN. So it's still viable. I will say there's a higher chance that we're going to be skipping Roaches, but still an option. As Oracle's a fan out on the right hand side. There's that melee upgrade. And this time SHIN is keeping up. Let's go. Does keep up, does focus on one of the Oracles, taking some hull damage. And here he has to pull away. Does pull away. Behind this, we do have the Forge and Twilight Council standard follow-up out of herO, going into +1 and Blink Stalkers. Last game, these Oracles got 6 drone kills. At this time, no damage. This time, SHIN is ready. So much cleaner defense out of our Zerg player. No Roaches. Gases are being taken. The lair is on the way. And we're expecting Hydra play. Once again, it's still on SHIN to keep up with these Oracles. herO does find a Queen. Oh. And does go for the dive. Queen is going to be targeted down. No transfuse. Gets one. Gets one Queen from here. Rotates over. Does hit another. Queen does get away. And here, this time he opts not to focus on the 4th base. So the 4th base will get up and running. So a bit of a give and take. Oh, Taster Trap is denied. And SHIN, overall, he defends well. Sure, he lost the Queen, he lost 2 drones, but I mean, it could have been game 1. Like, game 1 was a lot worse. Was a much more difficult defense. Here behind this, we saw last game it going into Colossus, this time going into Storm. So Temple Archives into Storm. And SHIN, he's teching up. Okay, so I assumed that SHIN was going to get a 4th base, cut workers at like 70, and go into a Ling Hydra all-in. But no, we have a 4th base, we're double expanding, getting a 5th base as well, and we're taking up into an Infestation Bit, a sign of Hive Tech. Now herO, he scouts, he does not get eyes on the tech. He does not confirm the hidden tech structure. So here he doesn't know. You can see here he's walling up back at home and cannon is on the way. Because here is being so defensive and because SHIN is selling the story with these Zerglings, he's getting away with droning and with teching. Hive is on the way. Lurker Den is on the way as well. SHIN, he's rushing into Lurker tech. And typically the Zerg player would be vulnerable right now, but again, herO is throwing out more cannons. herO, he's getting ready to defend against a push that isn't coming. So a big misread here out of herO. Jesus, quadruple Oracle. Goes into 4 Oracles. He can kill the expansion. Yeah, he's going for the 5th. Not bad. We have some Hydra trickling on over. Gets a Hydra. I think SHIN can maybe say he should save the base. Does get low. We'll save it. Oh! So Oracles pull away. SHIN is drawn up to 85. And the Lunkers are coming. The Lunkers back. The Lunkers. Now, there's going to be a big power spike here for SHIN because he's going to have Lurkers early, and herO, he's going to have a late 4th. Late 4th, late saturation. As a result, he's going to have a smaller army as he has a weaker economy. Now, it is still not easy to break a 4-basing player on Incorporeal, but SHIN has momentum, he has the opportunity. So we'll see if SHIN can break herO before Skytoss. As hero's throwing down more cannons, more shield batteries, stasis traps as well. Just a wall of sight defense. As herO, he's turtling up as hard as he can. chitting around. Does rotate, will hit the third. Lurkers do borrow. Here he's racing over again. Here he's out of position. High Templar goes down. Nice knife. Storm does not connect. Storm doesn't connect, and SHIN slowly working his way through the gateways. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 gateways going down. Does create an opening. We can see herO going for the counter attack even. Okay. So he defends with High Templar, defends with Storm. And here he moves out. And there are barely any lurkers back at him to defend. Storms a zone away. Oof. Storms do connect. And back at home, there are 2 lurkers morphing in. Can herO break through? Can he break through? He takes down the Queen. There are spine coolers here at the 4th base. Lurkers do arrive, and SHIN holds. Yeah, SHIN, he holds, he defends. And herO is being shut down. herO gets no damage done across the map. Ooh, but herO will clean this up. Lurkers are exposed. They have no support. And SHIN, he will lose every lurker. And SHIN, he doesn't get the expansion. SHIN, he fails to break the expansion. That was, I'm afraid to look, that was how many? That was 8 lurkers going down. herO, the Sky Toss is coming. The Sky Toss is on the way, and SHIN, he has to break this position. He has to keep going. Storm a little bit premature. Storm doesn't connect. Oh. High Templar pulls away. SHIN is going in. Where are the Storms? Yes, there are 0 High Templar, 0 Storms. SHIN, he's so close. He's so close to breaking herO. Slowly moving in. Lurkers are exposed. And lurkers are being targeted down. He gets 1, he gets 2. Only 2 lurker kills. Lings, they overwhelm. They get on top of the Stalkers. No Storm, no Archons. And with that, SHIN has done it. SHIN, he has done it. He has broken the expansion. I say that Tempest are arriving. Mothership as well. Oh, no detection. Uh oh. Yeah, no detection for SHIN. The Overseer just now moving in. It moves the Overseer. Hydras, they do force back the Mothership. Storm is connecting. The base is so close to falling. Can he get it? Oh no. Again, he should be able to. SHIN, he should barely have enough. There we go. Takes down the expansion. Takes down the Nexus. Just barely. And again, herO, he had a really rough start. As a reminder, he was assuming there was an all-in coming earlier. So he delayed his 4th base, he delayed his economy, he delayed his production. Likewise, when the first wave hit, herO was also out of position, and the counterattack that was meant to do crippling damage across the map failed to do so. So it all lined up for SHIN. And now he's going for the kill. And we're looking to force the ace match. Hydras, they lunge in, they get under the Tempest. 1, 2 Tempests go down. Lunging again. Let's go for the lunge. Boys are being pulled into a lurker. Oh god. Probes, get out of here. That's 16 probes falling. And again, here just processing this game. He got faked out, man. He got faked out. Boys being pulled into Hydras. Natural base will fall. SHIN ensuring the herO doesn't get a ninja base up and running. And look, Sky Toss is good. It's not that good. Not that good, man. If SHIN had a lower drone count, then maybe. But SHIN back in him is on 86 workers. The Spire is done. Corruptors are on the way. SHIN collapsing in. Takes down the Templar. Oof. Again, the final stand here for herO. The last mining base. Solo kiting. Kites well against the Zealots. Lunges forward, gets one of the Tempest. Lunkers are waddling in. And it is still a messy assault here from SHIN to the point where herO, he will survive. Does barely hold on. But SHIN, he can just reinforce. He can just back up. He can consolidate his army. Now moving in with Corruptors. Now he can actually get on top of the Tempest. GG gets called, and SHIN, he ties up the series. We are going to game 3. GG. Whew. GG, well played. We are going to the ace match again. An intense series so far. We have that back and forth. Again, we saw that SHIN, he was able to fake out his opponent. I should emphasize that as well. The fact that it wasn't that herO misread the situation, misread the game state out of nowhere. SHIN, he was puffing up his chest. He was purposely showing off Lings and Hydras and purposely being active on the map, when behind it, he was droning. Behind it, he was just droning. He was taking up. herO believed it was an all-in. That's why herO threw down a wall of cannons. And that's why herO delayed his fourth. So it's just a really rocky start out of herO. SHIN, he sold the story. Sold it well. And with that, we're getting into the ace match. Let's go. Getting into the final game of the series. Meanwhile, I do apologize as we were in the middle of that, but shout out to Inko, in the chat. Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime, for subscribing for 3 months in a row. Thank you, Papi, thank you. Do appreciate it. As we're getting into our next game, getting to the ace match, and spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the South Green Protoss player, we have the Blue Protoss being forced into a tied series. Can he bring it back? It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Zerg player. We have the South Korean Zerg representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is SHIN. Here we go. Debated. He was debated, man. Was debated. As we're going to be loading into Pylon. Pylon is one of the smaller maps of the map pool, if not the smallest map of the map pool. Short rush distance by ground. Aggression is heavily favored here on Pylon, and this does go both ways. I would be shocked to see SHIN go for the same build. I do not expect SHIN to double expand, get a 4th, get a 5th base, throw down Infestation Bit, drone up to 86, and get into Lurker Tech. That's not going to happen here. I'd say it's not going to happen. We're expecting earlier aggression from both players. We're expecting to see play on 3 base play, on maybe even 3 bases with a 4th base just for larva. We'll keep an eye on SHIN, as he has shown a plethora of different kind of all-ins. Against Nightmare, we saw a lot of Ling Hydra all-ins. In game 1 against herO, we saw the attempted Roach Queen all-in with a German Taxi with Dropper Lords. Against Nightmare, we saw the Queen walk across the map with Ling Queen. Also on Ultra Love. So SHIN's got some builds. He's got some builds. For now, we're calming down. Players are building up. Once again, Stargate open out of herO, which is to be expected. We don't really expect too much deviation when it comes to the openers. Going Stargates, going to the 3rd base. We'll keep an eye open for the timing of the Twilight Council. If he gets it early, it could be for a Glaive Up follow-up or early Blink Stalkers. Otherwise, at a standard timing, will just be +1 Blink Stalkers out of herO. So we'll see when he throws it down. Otherwise, SHIN is getting his 3rd. Still just joining up. Likewise, we'll see if SHIN throws down an earlier Roach Warren, a later Evo Chamber. We'll keep an eye on his tech as well. As the first Oracle has arrived. First Oracle's moving out. herO is claiming his 3rd base. And we have seen some Zerg players. I mean, we saw SHIN earlier against Nightmare invest into 14 lings to rush across the map to force a cancel. Here he's just joining up. Very nice hold damage on the Oracle. SHIN, he defends well. He defends, zones away the Oracle. So far, no major damage from herO. As SHIN is keeping up. Second Oracle's on the way. Does attempt to catch some transferring workers. Does get one. Does get... Oh, two. Two drones going down. Goes back in. SHIN, he reacts in time. And so far, still does defend well. Behind this, standard timing here with the Forge, with the Twilight Council, plus one and Blink on the way. Standard follow-up out of herO. And SHIN, this time, no Evo Chamber. It's been a while, but this time he skips the Evo Chamber, going for the Lair, going for the Roach Warren. No plus on melee. Now from here we could just go for the Lair into Hydras, into a rush into Hydra tech. Otherwise we could see a commitment into Roaches, into Roach Queen, into Overlord Speed. As there's that delayed Evo Chamber. Oh, speaking of delayed, it's going to be cancelled. Cancelled as well. Kills the drone. Nice pick up out of herO. Here he also scouts the later Evo Chamber and he saw the Roach Warren, so he knows it's not Ling heavy. So nice scouting out of herO.
Your forces are under attack.
God damn it, SHIN. Every time. God damn it. I just want to look at your vision, Pappy. Yeah. As here he's setting up back at home. Roaches are amassing, and SHIN, he's cutting workers at 63. We'll see if he joins up any further. We'll see if he commits with Roaches, as that's a lot of Roaches on the way. He has Evo Chamber, no upgrades. Not yet. Ling production behind this. SHIN is getting a fourth base, but so far it looks like only for Larva. Oh, he does start +1 range. Okay. Starts the upgrade. This is indicative that we're going for a later timing. So +1 range. We have 3 drones in production as well. Looks like SHIN is building up. It's building up. Likewise, so is herO. Going for his Gateway Explosion. Oh, and if you recall, I mentioned this on Incorporeal in the last game. We didn't see it on Incorporeal, but we're seeing it here on Pylon. Bold move, Spire. Spire behind the main base. We're going into mutas. Oracles, they don't... Oh, no, he scouts! Here he does scout. He does barely confirm. He sees the Spire. Ay, that should not have happened. And here he knows. He's aware. Behind this, we have the Temple Archives on the way for Archons and for High Templar for Storm. Charge on the way as well. And here he might try to move out before the mutas come into play, as there's still no 4th expansion. SHIN going for the Hydrogen. I do like this. This tells us that SHIN, he knows he got scouted. Like, he knows he got scouted, he knows he got seen. herO sees it. He sees everything. Oh my god. As herO goes for the drive-by, 5 drones going down. He confirms that the Spire was not cancelled, and he ensures that he forces it to finish. And herO sees everything at the natural as well. Again, last game herO was working with incomplete information. Here herO sees everything, and he's pushing. He's pushing here and now because he knows that SHIN is vulnerable. Lings, they attempt to collapse in. Station trap going up. Roaches, nice starter stepping, gets on top of the Stalkers. These are expensive losses for herO. Bleeding out a lot of Stalkers. Oh, but herO coming in for the surround. Who's overextended? Roach is getting picked up. Better trade out of herO. Takes off the Roaches. SHIN behind this, trying to work towards Lurker tech. And we're still missing splash damage. We're still missing that Storm. So herO trades well. Picks off Roaches, picks off Zerglings. Hive is on the way. Lurker Den is done. And SHIN, he is building up into lurkers. Sure, he finished the Spire, but we have no intention of making use of it as it got scattered. And again, the goal for herO is to break SHIN before lurkers. And yes, lurkers are finishing up, but these are going to be lair tech lurkers. They do not have range, they don't have hive upgrades yet. hero's moving in, lurkers are revealed. Let's get the revelation. But SHIN, he holds in time. The lurkers are out. Here we're looking for a way in. Instantly we have the fleet beacon. Stargate's on the way. We're going into Sky Toss. Hero is being active. But he shouldn't find too much damage. Oh. As he does land the storm. Storm does connect. We have a Nidus on the way for SHIN. Let's go. Going for the Nidus run. Again, bearing in mind, this is a different setup and a different scenario compared to Incorporeal. On Incorporeal, here he was being overly defensive. Here he's being very active on the map. He rotates, he goes to the base. Goes for the expansion. Hatchery goes down. Nice storms. Storm zone away. SHIN will lose his third. Again, SHIN having a hard time keeping up, losing a lurker. One lurker gets sniped. And SHIN doesn't have that overwhelming army supply. Not anymore. It's not there. Nidus into the main. And here, does he notice? Here, distract on the right hand side. Does warp into the main base. Oh, it's a bit of a delayed reaction. Decent storm on the Hydras. Nidus gets shut down. Hero defends. Here he defends top right, defends the main base. Takes a trade in the center. SHIN, he's on the best position here. Does have lurkers across the map. Okay. Lurkers are ready, but the Sky Toss is building up. And these lurkers are exposed. Oof. Has to get out of here. Lurker goes down. SHIN pushing right down middle. Going for the third. But for the most part, here he's here. Oh, a bit of miscontrol though. High Templar kind of gets reset. No more storms. And not a bad fight. We do have a flanking Templar. Lurkers are trying to trade, trying to hold their own. No detection. The Revelation does miss some of the lurkers. And SHIN trying to force the issue. There's that Revelation. And these lurkers are all going to go down. He has to get the hell out of here. That is into the main. Here rotates into the main base. But these are still expensive trades for SHIN. As he's been losing a lot of lurkers. Okay, Nidus up right. Pulling hero apart. High mining, getting 3 probe kills. And hopefully SHIN does get out of here. Oof. There we go, does pull out. Now, on the one hand, SHIN, he was able to trade well. He got a lot of High Templar. He denied some mining. He delayed hero. But the Sky Toss. This entire time, Tempests have been building up. We have 6 Tempests already. 6 Tempests, soon to be 8 Tempests as well. No Mothership yet. But here, he's getting into that ideal late game composition. SHIN, he's working on it. These are going to be 0/0 Corruptors, so he has no upgrades. Working on +3 range, that will help. The lurkers will be decent. Are we getting too many Tempests though? That's going to be 10 Tempests for hero. It's going to be a lot of Tempests. And we're still lacking that Mothership. The ground army is also crucial as well. There's only 3 Archons and 3 High Templar. Here just now morphing in. Morphing in more Archons. Now, in a head-on fight, I do favor herO, but we have seen SHIN just go back and forth and pull apart the attention of herO. Go for these counterattacks. The cannons are secure here on the 4th base, on the fringe location. The 3rd base is looking a little bit more bare bones. We'll see where SHIN strikes. SHIN has still yet to invest into any upgrades. But that is a lot of Corruptor. There it is, carrier production has begun. One lurker gets behind the mineral line. Let's go. Yeah, the side defense is not quite in position. Oh, we got the 1 Zealot defense. Let's go. We got 2nd Zealot warps in. Again, we'll see how SHIN is able to make use of this army. Morphing in more Dropper Lords. Mobility is going to be on SHIN's side. Likewise, he's got a lot of Lunkers. It's going to be 17 Lurkers, Jesus, for SHIN. It's a lot of Lurkers. I'm just mainly worried about the battle in the sky. I'm worried about the Sky Toss. As that is 12 Tempest. Mongol does catch a Templar. Nice knife. Gets 2. 2 Templar go down. Very nice control by SHIN. Mongol doesn't quite land. And here he's playing on a knife's edge. Like, he has to be so on top of his control here. He cannot just commit. He has to kite back. Poke in. Pull away with the Tempest. So we have another lurker drop. SHIN just being so annoying with these lurkers. Drops on both sides. SHIN, he just wants to send it, baby. Speaking of, SHIN's going for it. Yeah, SHIN goes for the dive. Oh, the Corruptors are on their own, and the Archons, they can't shut this down. Every Corruptor is going to go down. This is not the fight to take. SHIN. He pulls back. At the same time, 17 probe kills. That's a lot of economic damage, but here he's winning the main fight. He's pushing in. More bases going down. The High Templar, be careful. Ooh, the Templar out there, extend. That's what, 4 or 5 Templar going down. A big miscontrol there by herO. Yeah, he moved controlled in. That was so many Templar going down to nothing, to a handful of lurkers. And that means that the Corruptor Remax is that much stronger. That 1 lurker still popping up. Here he's down to 5 Templar. Lurkers are coming in. Corruptors as well. Where are the storms? We get some decent storms. A massive Powerbomb. Powerbomb connects. Tempests are going down. We're standing in the Powerbombs. But here he has too much. Here he still breaks through. Takes care of all the lurkers. Another storm of the Corruptors. Oh, God. The storms are insane. The Archons are quite in position, but the Corruptors will all go down. Yeah, Corruptors do fall. herO pushes in. GG gets called, and herO snowballs out of control. herO will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Congratulations here. Congratulations to herO as he does claim the series, does take it 2-1. Again, SHIN, he was able to hold his own and even had some nice moments in this series as well. Even in this game, SHIN, he was able to build up and get into his lurker tech, but he never quite was able to get into his own ideal army. Sure, he had Mass Corruptor, but his upgrades were lacking. He was trying to get into Greater Spire. The flyer attack upgrades, I should say, were lacking when it came to the Corruptors, and his harass was solid, but the main fights were lacking. He was oftentimes overextending with his Corruptors. As you saw, Corruptors on their own, they just get annihilated. You need that support. You need the Power Bomb support. You need the Infestors, the Fungal, the Lurkers as well. They have their place. Otherwise, Storm and Archons just have their way with the Corruptors. GG. GG, well played. So some messy fights towards the end there, and with that, congratulations. Congratulations, herO. He does overwhelm. And herO will be the first player to make it through into the grand finals. Who will play against him? We're here to find out. We are here to find out.